Welcome everybody to the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast, and this is another episode of the Quik Game, where we have about 15 to 20 minutes, give or take, to go over what happened last night and to go over what's about to happen tonight. So let's get QUIK and spit some game. Max P, what's going on, man?
What's going on, player?
This is what I love. I just messaged out to the group chat, said, all right, let's do this unscripted quick game. Let's go over it. There was too much I could just sense it in the group chat. It was just too much good shit being thrown in a chat when nobody else can see it. So let's see if we can throw a little bit of that in here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, man. So let's quickly, what'd you think about last night with the Timberwolves and the Lakers? And let's go over Celtics and Knicks first, because I did pick the Knicks to win the championship. What was your vibe?
Okay, so it was interesting because the Knicks' one issue is when the game gets into high scoring, can they keep up?
Yeah.
Last year in the playoffs, with all that good energy they had, it seemed like, okay, they can keep up in games like that, right?
Yeah.
But this game kind of showed that weakness again. Boston's formula of banging threes over your head until you can't breathe anymore. The new version of what Golden State is doing. They're going to blow out a lot of teams like that. So
hold on. Because I shut it off before they broke the record of threes in a game. Did they actually get the record?
They tied it. So
they never actually did. Okay.
They apparently they were bricking the last 5 minutes of the game. They couldn't get it.
Okay. I'm kind of glad they didn't get it. So, all right, cool. Yeah, I know. So they look like the Golden State leprechauns. So it's crazy. And this is what we got to use on this. All right, your time's up, Max. Now it's my time. So on that game last night, I did check it. I was excited that basketball has started. Finally, we got through the summer. Basketball is here. Knicks, Celtics. Yep, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna watch this. And let me tell you one thing. Peyton Pritchard is a nice little backup point guard. I'm gonna get that out of the way. That's my only good positive things I'm going to say about the Boston Celtics, because fuck everything else. Fuck their jerseys, fuck their court, fuck their fans, fuck their coach, okay, everything else to do with the Boston Celtics. So let's talk about the Knicks. I did pick them to win the NBA championship. So did J.O. Last episode. And I was, you know what? I said it in the group chat actually last night. I said, it's better to get punched in the mouth right off the top. Get punched in the mouth, lose a tooth, get pissed off. And, now Boston's going to be feeling good, unless Mazzulla or whatever his name is can just, keep them checked. Knicks, Thibodeau is going to keep reminding him. Remember when you got punched in the face, game one? National TV, everybody was watching. Once they start to gel, once Kat and Jalen and Mikal Bridges, whatever this is about him fixing his shot or changing his shot, I'm not too happy with what I see right there, but anyways, he looked all right because I'm a Bridges fan. I love Bridges.
They were talking about it in the game, like, hey, how come his thing looks different?
Yeah. So, but anyways, it's going to take a little bit of time. Thibodeau's going to get him gelling. Cat's going to get his thing going, and I think I'm not worried. It's just, and honestly, it's better to get punched in the mouth right off the top than later on. Okay, let's move on. So
nobody's worried about the Knicks.
Nobody's worried about the Knicks. Let's talk about, except Stephen A. Let's talk about the Lakers game last night. Lakers under the big bright lights. We're up against the Minnesota Timberwolves and the big bright lights. Bronny and his dad, his father, his caretaker of sorts, his coach, his GM, his babysitter, his everything. I had him out there. So what would you think? What was your vibe coming out of there? Lakers, Timberwolves.
Ant-Man saved the day. Minnesota would have won that game.
Yeah.
LeBron looked old already.
Yep.
Ronnie looked like, he doesn't belong in the league. No disrespect.
It's not disrespectful. He shouldn't be. What did he get? 1 assist? That was it.
He got an assist.
Something. I heard it was. I saw it was
one. I heard it was over to 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
At least they didn't. At least they didn't bring him in when it was a blowout. The game was still pretty close when they brought him in, so they were trying to be
yeah,
respectful with that. It
yeah.
was it was a gimmick, but they didn't push the gimmick too far. You know.
No, you're right. You're right. It wasn't. They didn't Hollywood it out too
Hmm.
much because I mentioned that last episode that they were going a little bit too much. Yeah.
Oh, the media is going nuts, but they got nothing to
Yeah.
work with, right? They got nothing to work with.
Yeah. So 0 for 2. You're right. 3 minutes, 1 rebound. So he did get a rebound. So
Got a rebound. Hey.
and I don't mean any disrespect to Bronny James in any way with the way I'm talking about him. I mean, he made the league. However, he made the league, he did it, and he got to play some minutes. But skill level wise, I just don't see it, and the eyes don't lie, Chico. So, what about AD? AD looked like he looked pretty hungry. What do you think? Like he,
Yeah. On LeBron's team, we know he sucks up all the oxygen.
yeah,
AD puts in all the work. LeBron gets all the credit. We've seen it happen time and time again last season. AD will have a great game,
yeah,
and hey, LeBron comes through with the win against so and so. That's
yeah,
the headline.
yeah,
The guy was first team offense, first team defense. I think first team offense last year. One of
yeah,
the only players to do it.
yeah, yeah,
Yet this year, LeBron is ranked higher than him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the disrespect, and that's where that I think him playing like that comes from. The chip on his shoulder, the hey, look at me, respect me, but I'm not loud enough to just scream it out to people.
So yeah, exactly. Imagine that you lace up every
Hmm.
night and you got to deal with that. You know what I mean? And you have a different perspective and respect for the game than the other side. You know what I mean?
He's
So
a
it's like
Southside Chicago guy, so
that's
there's
what I
certain
mean.
rules, there's certain ways he can't
Regulations.
move a certain way. You know, you got to go back home, right?
It's
But
disrespectful to the game.
but
Yeah,
he's in this situation where it's like,
I know. It's
you
half your
know,
mouth has to be zipped. It's like,
uh-huh.
yeah, yeah.
But I
Well,
respect him for not forcing his way out by now. I would have.
he has had his moments, but where you're like, it's coming. But you've seen it with the body language. But
Yes,
yeah, you're
yes, you've
right.
seen it with the body language. You can't hide the body language.
No, yeah, like I say, eyes can't lie, Chico.
No, no, sir, no, sir.
Our hay balers. I want to call them the hay balers, man.
Hey, Baylors.
Hay balers.
Great name.
Yeah,
Great name, Poe.
Dalton Necht and Austin Reeves, man, the hay
Yes,
balers.
yes, the Hey, Baylors.
Yes.
Please, WWE, get those guys to do one of your Saturday Night SmackDowns, please.
They call them the hay balers,
They
man,
call them Hey, Baylors.
because they're hay balling. Yeah, man, I like these two guys, man.
Me too, man. They got moxie, bro.
Lakers got a steal with Dalton.
Oh,
What's his name?
man, they
And,
got to steal with that guy.
man,
Like, salute to whoever made that decision. I know you had to go around LeBron's peoples to get that pick, but
Yeah.
good work.
yeah, and then Austin, I was on him last year. I was I'm a fan. It's funny because I just had a conversation this morning. One of my good buddies from back in the day, he went with his lady to Phoenix, and who has family up there, and they caught the preseason game, the Lakers Phoenix game, like a few days back. And he's like, yeah, and he's a hockey guy, so he doesn't really know much about basketball. But he's like, I had a good time, blah blah blah. He's like, he had one quick remark about LeBron. He's like, he's not even playing, but he's out there in this bright orange shirt trying to get everybody's attention, walking all over the court, talking
That's
to the refs,
LeBron.
coaching. I'm like,
That's
yeah,
LeBron.
that's LeBron, Phil. That's LeBron. He's like, yeah, it's gross. It's gross. In
It's
hockey,
gross.
that would never happen. In hockey, I was like, yeah, I know.
Bro, just before LeBron was in the league, that would never happen, bro. He's
Exactly.
like,
But
hockey.
exactly. But then he did say, he goes, but there's one guy on there that he's gritty. He's a workhorse, and he just keeps running. I'm like, I go, white guy? He's like, yeah. He's like Austin Reeves. He's like, yeah, Austin Reeves, man.
Austin Reeves.
He made a fan just in a preseason game with a hockey guy. So I mean,
Yeah, man.
the hay balers, man. What do you
The hay
think?
balers.
You think the Lakers got something with these two?
I think this is my theory. You know, I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah,
It's
I love
my
it.
theory. Rob Pelinka took
Yeah.
Connect aside
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, look, we know we got this LeBron situation, but
Yeah.
we're working on that.
Yeah.
When that passes, and it will pass,
It's
you're our
about to
guy.
pass.
You're our guy. It's
Yeah.
going to be really weird this year, We got a lot of stuff going on. We got his podcaster as the coach. We got his son on the team. I know it's weird. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But trust me, we know what we're doing. Just just fight it and understand that we got a bigger plan.
Yes.
Austin Reeves, they never even had to give him that talk. He came in the door looking like, yeah, this is all me. This is
Yeah.
all me.
Yeah.
So they never even had to give him that talk. But I think that's the Lakers' plan, right? Outlast this LeBron storm. You have your
Yeah.
young guys for the future.
Let the fever pass, and then take the new not sweaty blanket.
And not to bring in the political stuff, but NBA executives love a white NBA star. They're good for business.
Man.
You got two of them. And they're young.
And
Bro, this is their plan.
They got Cooper coming up next year.
Cooper Flag. If they can find a way to get Cooper, everybody. Oh my goodness gracious! Like these executives, their mouths is watering, bro.
They're like, make NBA great again.
They're all just trying to get some of that that Caitlin Clark money, some of that
Hey, good point. Yeah.
I mean,
let's clean this up.
Yeah, I mean, like no disrespect to some of my favorite artists,
man.
they've had to deal with this. Like Eminem's had to deal with this,
Yeah.
Phil, Hall and Notes has had to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Larry Bird had to deal with this. It's just, it's it's a tough situation to be in, but
it is. But at the same time, the eyes don't lie. It's like, hey, that's why I asked: is Cooper legit? And you guys be like, yeah,
bro,
man.
The way he was balling against them, he didn't have the timidness.
Game is game, man. Game is game.
That's why the Bronny thing pisses so many people off, because you could have your nepotism, but when this NBA thing, it's supposed to be the best of the best.
It's supposed to be about your game.
Go make your son the CEO of Clutch Management. You want to do nepotism?
Yeah, do something else, man. Give him a YouTube channel.
Come on, man.
Since A-Rod isn't here, A-Rod in the chat brought up such a great point, and since he's not here, I'm not speaking for you, A-Rod, but I'm gonna read literally a quote from our chat. So he said, and this is such a good point about the Lakers. He said, literally yesterday, JJ said Lakers were gonna take, and this was day before. Literally yesterday, JJ said Lakers were gonna take more than the league average from threes, run offense through 80, and crash the glass. They did all three in the very first game. And he says Darko is like, we're going to move the ball around, and I'll see what Scotty's doing with his goofy-ass dribbling like Jaylen Brown and trying to make shit happen. Lakers still might not make the playoffs if they're not healthy, but at least there's a plan there. And I must say, I agree with the fact that you could see that there was Lakers gave JJ a chance to implement some coaching. Right. And I said that, coaching can be simple math. It's as long as the players can kind of accept what you're saying and take it in and apply it. What were you going to say?
A slight correction.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a little clip of that show that's following LeBron and Ant-Man and them.
Starting Five, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Still haven't checked that, and I won't.
Yeah. So somebody was breaking down how LeBron was doing his manipulation thing. And they showed a clip of LeBron complaining about Darvin Ham's plan in the beginning of the Lakers season last year, where the younger guys were going to take more of the load, and LeBron was going to be more of our veteran, and we were going to save him more for more important games and later in the season. And they showed a clip of LeBron complaining on the out loud in front of all the coaches about this. Fuck this plan. I know what y'all trying to do. Fuck this shit. I'm just out here for Cardo.
Wow.
And so when you say the Lakers allowed Redick to coach, it's LeBron. LeBron allowed Redick to coach because Darvin Ham is gone, because Darvin Ham tried to do what's best for the team and not what's best for LeBron.
Oh, and to go back to our point earlier about if you were AD, how are you not just punching holes in the wall?
This is why he must have, if he wasn't a basketball player, I think he was going into the priesthood. Like the righteous priesthood, not the ones who get sued for all that nasty shit. But you know what I mean? Like he has the discipline of a monk. You know what I mean?
Unbelievable. Like you have to deal with that shit. Oh my God. Bro, but he's using it as motivation. He's using it as his fire. And you know what? Yep. Nobody ever questioned AD's talent. AD was always a beast since day one.
When AD blocked Gobert the other day. Did you see that block with that
Yeah,
just man to
yeah,
man?
yeah.
That was for frustration. That
For
wasn't had nothing to
sure.
do with Gobert. That had nothing to do with Gobert.
I guarantee he has all of LeBron's social media muted. He doesn't want to see this shit. He's like, I gotta hear this, I gotta see this. Like,
See this?
I don't need to see this on my phone
Yep.
too.
That's a great
Oh,
bet.
man.
Great bet.
All right, let's go into tonight's game. So, like I said, it's the home opener for our dinosaurs. The purple rain is amongst us. It's here. It's nice outside today. The weather is nice in Toronto. The sun is peeking out from the clouds. It's actually quite warm for October in Toronto right now. So it's a good day. So the Cavaliers are here. And what do you think? What is the vibe that you're going into? I know we spoke on it a couple days ago, but we've had a couple days to sleep on it. What are you looking for, if anything, or whatever? What's on your chest about tonight's game?
Man, for Darko's sake, I'm hoping he has some kind of scheme that people can see and understand, because A-Rod is going to blow a top.
I was just gonna say,
Bro, you gotta. I'm not looking for it, but you gotta show us something, or you in trouble, bro.
you wrote the best. You wrote the best thing. It's like, you know how coaches lose their point guards?
Yeah.
Darko lost A-Rod.
A-Rod, bro. A-Rod's gone.
A-Rod's got
He
it. I was like,
doesn't
fuck
care.
this. I'm not running your bullshit plays.
Bro, he's gone. He's gone.
Man. That's a thing that I'm with you on that. Like, and not to speak for him again, but I already
Because
read
I'm
that,
more
but
of a vibes guy, right? I'm always
too,
looking
man.
for vibes and energy.
Yeah.
But A-Rod has a good point. When you pay
Very good
attention
point.
to, like, what are they about?
yeah,
Like, what do they stand on? Win, lose, or blowout, what do they stand on? There's nothing there.
that's gonna be the title of this episode. What do you stand on, man?
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. That is such a good point. That tonight
Mm-hmm.
is the night that you should show your fans, the city, the league, your opponents, what you stand for, what you
Yes.
stand on. Because if that isn't shown in first couple of weeks, then that's a failure on the organization. That's a failure on the coaches. You should have them primed and ready to go, like fucking soldiers ready for war, for game one, with a plan ready. And that's a good
Yeah.
point.
So
I like
if it's
that.
going to be ground and pound, then we need to see that. If it's going to be run and gun, we need to see that. If it's going to be,
Yeah.
you know,
And that's one thing Dwayne Casey brought in. He brought in a new plan, even though whatever.
great. He brought us from the dead.
He brought that big rock and put it outside of the locker room and said, pound the rock. And, at least he had a plan, and he put out his little playing cards for everybody. Like, this is what you do, and this is what you're going to stick to. This is
And the Raptors gave him full autonomy
Yeah.
to do what he needed to do, you know?
Yeah, and he changed the game. He did. He
Yeah.
did. And it just reached its peak. It reached peak oil and needed just a little bit more to reach
For sure.
what we reached. But man, he changed it for us.
DeRozan too. We love you to death. We love you to
man.
death, DeRozan. But it reached we maxed you out.
I sure wish that he could have got that ring with us though.
I do. But part of the reason we got the ring is because we brought in Kawhi,
I know. Let's see here. Before we go, if there's anything else, one more thing on the Raptors for me is I really want to see. I do want somebody to grab it by the horns. You know what I mean? Like I want either Scotty or Quickly. I don't care who it is. And, I hope it's Scotty because this is supposed to be your team. But somebody needs to just be that guy in the huddle. Come here. Everybody come in. And just from this day forth, we're together. We're a family. We may not have the same points of view outside of the court. We may not have the same, sense of humor. But together right now, we're all playing the same game. And we are going to live and die by this together as a team and as a squad. And we are going to go out every single game and try to win every single game. Unlike what you said, Jakob. So, Jakob, take that back that you said we're not going to try to win every single game. Apologize to us right now and let's start fresh. And that's what needs to be done. Somebody needs to do that, clean out the poison, bring in the clean, rip the Band-Aid off and start fresh and do it. And I want to see that. I'm with you with that, man. The vibes. I want to see that. Have some fun too, because basketball is supposed to be fun. Sports is supposed to be fun. And when it's not fun, then it becomes something else. And who knows what that is. But it's a job then, right?
You got to give these guys some confidence. You got to give them the confidence to talk that shit and play with that attitude that they need to play with. And coach, you have to treat this kind of like football where Scotty is the quarterback.
Yes.
Your job is to get the best out of the quarterback so that he can become the leader of the team.
Yes. Absolutely.
If you don't get Scotty to do that, you're out of here, coach. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, A-Rod gave you 20. I'm giving you half the season. I'm giving you all-star break. And I can't remember what your number is. Your over-under of Darko.
I can't remember either. It was more than 20, though.
Yeah, I think definitely more than 20.
I think I gave him like all-star game.
20 is rough. 20 is like an abusive parent. Like that's too much. Like come on, you gotta relax.
A-Rod's gone. A-Rod's gone, bro.
A-Rod's so gone. A-Rod was gone last year, man. He's like, fuck Darko. He's not even a coach, but whatever. All right, Max, that was fun, man. We're gonna do this more often. That was good vibes, and let's hope tonight it ends up being what we want.
Hey.
And that's been another episode of Quik Game. We'll be here and there throughout the season, just throwing out our Quik Game to you and yours. So have a good night or have a good day and enjoy tonight's Game 1. This was another episode of the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast. Thank you for listening. And why don't you jump on YouTube, hit subscribe. Why don't you jump on the Spotify and hit subscribe. Why don't you just hit subscribe everywhere and become one of our friends, one of our basketball friends. And maybe we'll even bring you on because that's what we're going to do. And the next viewer to message me is going to end up being a guest. We're going to bring him on the podcast. And that's it. And that's all.